So hello, welcome. My name is Kyla and I'm the founder of Succeeding in Heels. So I am so excited. I've been waiting to interview this lady for a couple of months now. We connected quite a while ago and her name is Veronika and she is the founder of the Style Coach MI, which stands for Milan, because she is actually based in Milan, but she's on holidays in France at the moment. So super glamorous there. I'm just in Dubai, but that's okay. So I'm so thrilled to have her. Her business is all about empowering women, up-leveling their style within themselves, which then, really flows into career, business, and their entire life. So I can't wait to speak with her. Welcome, Veronika. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having. Hi, everyone.
Hi. So when we were chatting a couple of months ago, I reached out to a couple of people who I know would connect with our discussion today, and they had a few questions, and then we organized a few questions that were common and some questions that you get asked regularly, which I think will sort of provide everyone with sort of a well-rounded, interview today with style, creating authentic style, what to do if you have absolutely no idea, and then some sort of key tips there. We're sort of moving forward in specific areas, of your business, and then we'll close out. And I know you've got a couple of gifts that everyone can receive for free from your site, and I'll also pin them below the video. So I'm super excited. I've been following Veronika for quite a while now. She has an amazing group called the Stylish Female Society, which she has on Facebook, and that has grown with members in there, and now she's grown it to a VIP club. So I would love you to maybe give us a little bit of a rundown on sort of what you do, and then I'll hit you up with some questions, but a general idea of what your whole feeling is about, and why you created this business in the first place.
Okay. So again, I am Veronika. I am based in Milan, and I created my business at the first place. Actually, I started out with sort of physical business. So I started out working with clients locally, and my biggest drive was really making an impact and helping women feel better about themselves and just feel great from within and from the inside out. And when I started working with clients, maybe helping them to shop or change their wardrobe, I realized that most of the times it's not enough just to change your clothes, because you can put different clothes, but if you don't feel great in them, nothing is going to change, and you will always go back to your comfort zone, to the things that you used to be wearing, and so it's not really gonna change your life. So I started thinking like, okay, what is it that I can help women with in order to change also on the inside, and kind of change their the way how they think about themselves. So this is how I started basically creating everything. And so I decided that I'm going to do everything online in order to reach much more women than I could do in person. And so I started building my business based on that. And this is what I'm doing, and this is what I think differentiates me as well from others, that I focus a lot on how you think about yourself before we really start thinking about how to change your wardrobe based on that.
Yeah. Because I think people think, if I just dress a certain way, I can recreate myself, or I can feel more confident, or it will just solve all the problems, that are going on, what's happening now. If I buy those expensive shoes or, that expensive dress, everything will sort of, lift, but it just doesn't work that way.
I mean, it's something that it really depends on how you are and how happy you are about yourself in general, and how kind of self-confident you are. Because sometimes that's the only thing you need. Like maybe you just, put on high heels and you feel already better, and you feel like, okay, I can take on the whole world. But if you don't have the confidence within,
Yeah.
that's not going to be enough. And oftentimes what I found with clients is that it's not what they see in the mirror, but
Right.
it's what they think about themselves.
Yeah.
And no matter what you as an external person see in the mirror, if they don't see the same thing, it doesn't really matter what they are wearing. So
Yeah.
it's again, it goes together with how you think about yourself. And again, many times women are really mean with themselves. And
Yes.
so also
Yep.
you know, the image that you have in your head, it's not necessarily the same what others see and what others think about you, and usually it's worse than than
Yeah.
what it is in the reality. So you
Yeah.
kind of need to align also that self-image with what it is outside in order to feel great, not just look
Yeah.
great, but also feel great.
Yeah, on the outside as well. Yeah, absolutely. So I know, I mean, you really talk about authentic style and creating that, and you obviously you help women create that themselves. I mean, how for you, in your words, would you sort of describe it if I were to ask you just, what is authentic style?
Authentic style is really something that represents you 100%. So it's something that is not, obviously you take inspiration from everywhere. You take inspiration from fashion magazines, from other people, and I don't know, a lot of other things. But at the same time, when you find your real style, it's not a copy of
Yeah.
others. It's not a copy of trends. It's something that the way how you mix things will make it authentic. And it's also because oftentimes women tend to, follow certain trends, or I don't know, just create a style that works and never really change because it's kind of safe. But at the same time, maybe they don't consider their lifestyle. That is something that probably changes as you go, I don't know, as you change and as you grow older and everything. Your lifestyle is changing as well. Maybe you have kids, or maybe your kids grow up, or I don't know, you change jobs and everything. So you kind of need to always update as well your style. So I also always include that in your authentic style. And that's the reason why style is not really set in stone. It's not something that, okay, today I decided that this is my style and it will be like that forever, because it's a constant change. And again, as we change and as our lives change, it's something that you want to kind of upgrade. But again, it's about mixing and matching the clothes the way that is unique to you, and also matching them with your lifestyle, with your age, with your body shape, and everything else, with your colors, and that all together makes it unique to you.
Yeah, and it's interesting you saying that, because everything sort of changes just depending on, like, when you're 20, you wore something different than when you were 30, and now I'm turning 40 in February next year. It won't dramatically change, but you can just see like snippets just changing of, just like even patterns really, like I'm now into the florals a little bit more, whereas before I was very sort of, although not today, I'm wearing black, but before I was very much like just block color, like nothing florally. But now just just the last sort of 18 months, and maybe that's because I've had a girl, the second baby has been a girl, maybe that's been an influence. So it's amazing what influences you. And like you said, sort of fashion magazines, and also like people like like the Duchess. I know that you actually really love her style, you comment on her a lot. But I mean, things sell out when she wears them. It could be from Reese or somewhere like that, but when she wears them, or an influencer wears them, they just sell out straight away. But I suppose it's also classic things that these sort of people wear as well, so which is probably why it's a lot more popular.
But I think that also it's great that you brought this up as an example, because, for example, when she wears something, she wears in a certain way. She has a certain figure. She's really tall, really skinny. And in my opinion, she's very beautiful as well. But again, she has a very specific build as well. And so when other people buy it, like, for example, I'm petty, I'm pretty short, and not everything looks the same way on me as it looks on her.
Yep.
And so this is a tricky one as well, that
Yeah.
you buy the things and you think you will look the same way, but that's not necessarily true. And sometimes this can be also very discouraging, because then you look at her and you look at yourself in the mirror and it's not the same, and you think that something is wrong with you. But in the reality, it's maybe just because it's not your style. It doesn't fit for your body shape, because again, she's very tall, and if you're not very tall and very skinny, not everything will look the same way on you. So I think this is a kind of, it can be a tricky situation, and can be also a trap sometimes, where you fall into, because you just follow it because again she has a beautiful style and everything. But you need to be careful with these kind of things as well.
Yeah, that's so true. I mean, I'm nearly 6 foot, so what sort of what I can like pull off, and then somebody at 5'2" is completely different, and then vice versa. What somebody is like smaller can pull off different things than than myself. And you've got to have that sort of into sort of perspective when I suppose when you're looking at the style and that. I mean, for you, women who come to you at the moment and they absolutely have no idea where to start, and they're confused, and they've got a wardrobe that just doesn't make sense, or maybe they're going through a transition, or whatever it might be, after having a baby. I mean, I've been through that, and lots of people have been through that. Like what do you sort of say to get them started? I know you consult one-on-one there in Milan, and obviously you do Skype consultations as well, but where do they even start?
Where we always start with my clients is, besides obviously we look at their wardrobe, but even before that, usually I like to take them on a little journey, it's a kind of self-discovery as well, in order to understand what is it that they really like. Because what I often find is that their wardrobe is not really in line with what they really like. So they have things in their wardrobe, but then I make them, I have them create like a little style board as well. I have them search on Pinterest to find images and people and styles that they like. And very many times it's not the same, or it's completely different than what they have in their wardrobe. Which is
interesting.
So really the first step is to understand what is it that you like, and then we can move on to the wardrobe and look at that and see like, okay, so this is what you say you like, this is what you have in your wardrobe, so let's start aligning these two first before really going any further.
Right. Okay. Oh my goodness, so funny. And I mean, you covered it a little bit before, but women coming to you, what are the sort of the common reasons why they're coming to you? I said you touched on it a bit before about that inner confidence, reflecting the outer confidence, but common questions or common sort of things that people come to you about.
I think that the underlying reason is often confidence. And again, often a lot of my clients have businesses, maybe smaller or bigger businesses. So they often also want to, I mean, they are ambitious businesswomen in some ways. So they also want to, as they are up leveling in their career, so they want to also have a more appropriate image in order to, up level more.
Of course.
But there are also practical reasons, like, again, they have no idea how to mix and match things, and so they want to learn. They don't know what colors to use, they don't know how to look better, and how to, for example, dress for certain occasions, for a meeting, for a Facebook Live, or all these practical. But again, the underlying reason is often more than that, and often is some personal reason, maybe some, again, general life related, relationship related, or confidence related thing.
Do you find that coming up more, so that sort of side, than just having no idea about their style?
It all starts with having no idea.
Yeah.
But then as we go along, again, there is always more than just having no idea.
Yeah.
Because oftentimes when you wear, for example, certain colors, let's say, often people, they have no idea what to wear. They tend to wear like really simple things, and often like really simple colors and really dark colors as well. Often you know, kind of to blend in and to just, okay, I'm wearing black, so I can't really make any mistake with black. And so they think that it's just about the way how they dress, but it's often also about the way how they feel about themselves. So it's kind of like you want to hide yourself because you are not really loving yourself, you are not really happy about how you are, and you don't know how to change. And so you are just hiding behind your clothes. But that's not usually what you figure out yourself. It's something that we kind of do together as we go on this journey.
Yeah, and I don't think that sort of thing you can figure out for yourself, because you need somebody else to sort of make you aware of it, because you just, when you start doing something, it's like a habit. You just keep doing the same thing, and you think that nothing's different, or nothing's wrong. That's the wrong word to put it, but you know, that there's no other options because you're used to it. Yeah, so it becomes like a you know, just like second nature. It's just ingrained, isn't it? Yeah,
exactly.
Sure.
And I mean, we it's not just about style. Everything else in life, we live our lives based on habits. Like really big part of our everyday life and routine is just based on habits, and style is no different. And that's the reason why maybe you start using something or wearing something in your 20s, and then you get to your 40s and you're still wearing the same thing because you never really even thought about changing, because that was like, that's what I do always, so I'm just gonna keep doing. And often I think when we kind of grow, also personally, but when we grow a little older, and especially I think in your 30s, you start becoming more like a real woman. And then there is a point when you start thinking, and again, your life changes. Often you have a baby, you grow in your career, so you get a better job and all these things. So then there is a point when you start thinking like, okay, something is wrong, I don't know what, but something needs to change.
That's so true. It's just I suppose it's the evolution that we sort of go through from decade to decade.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure. So I would love to know, and I know you're going to say something that is not going to be a straightforward answer, but are there like 3 top pieces that every woman should have in their wardrobes that you could sort of give us in a nutshell, or have I just blown it and made the question nice and complicated?
Well, to be honest, I think that there are no universal rules. Like not everything works for everyone, and there are certain things that are good to have in your wardrobe, but I wouldn't want to again say 3 exact pieces because it's different for everyone. So maybe something that works for you, it doesn't work for me. So it really depends on your lifestyle, on your body shape, on your height, and all these little details, on your hair color even, or I don't know. But I think in general, classic pieces, if I wanted to answer your question, then classic pieces are always better to invest in and to have in your wardrobe, because those are the ones that you can keep for a longer while, especially like from your 30s. I think you start having a better idea of what is it that you are doing with your life in general, and what you want also for yourself. So it makes sense to invest in classic pieces. And again, then depending on your all the rest, on your body shape and everything else, then you decide what are the classic pieces that work for you.
Yeah, yeah. And just like being nosy with your clients, I would like to know, like when you're taking them and you're sort of taking them through a consult, or I know that you do, private day shopping, shopping trips and helping them personally style. Do you mix like high level brands with like the low level, the affordable brands, or are there people who just want to shop brands and there's people who just want to shop high street, or is it a mixture? Like I'm just kidding now, I'm just being nosy.
It's I mean, I really decide based on the client what are the right brands for her.
Yeah.
But in general, because I'm based in Milan, so I focus on Italian brands in general, because I think that there are a lot of nice brands that are not necessarily very well known everywhere. But I think they offer a lot of, I mean, also in terms of price. For example, if you maybe some Mara brands, for example, they do exist abroad, but they are definitely more expensive. So if they come to Milan, obviously it's a great deal as well for them to maybe shop it a little cheaper. But in general, my clients don't really, I mean, me personally, I don't really believe in brands in terms of, I don't think that the brand name what makes the difference. It's more about the quality of the item, the quality of the fabrics, and again the fit, whether that brand, I don't know, gives you the right style, and certain brands cater for certain styles. So yeah, again, not many of my clients come to me because they wanna just shop all the fancy things, but they come rather because they want to know my advice, and they want to maybe also know new brands and discover things that they wouldn't if they didn't have me.
Okay. Yeah. No, just being nosy. I say the next question actually came from someone who I know has come to my workshops, and her question was the number one tip for dressing for interviews or for meetings or doing sales pitches, or just being in front of in front of an audience.
Okay, if I wanted just to say one tip,
you can expand. It's okay.
Okay. I mean, I think that the most important thing really is, if you wanted to show a little bit of personality, is to not to go for the really, really classic corporate looks, because if you want to stand out, then you wanna, be memorable. And so if you, I don't know, let's say you are wearing a black suit and a black pencil skirt with a white shirt, you could be anyone. Also, let's say in an interview situation, you will look like all the others. And so you can stay appropriate, but maybe bring a little more personality in your style. And that is the same also if you are doing Facebook Lives or anything else. You always want to stay appropriate and follow the dress code for the specific occasions. Like again, for interviews, obviously you don't turn up very casual, but at the same time, maybe again, playing a little more with colors, being a little more daring with colors, wearing something that makes you stand out and makes you a little more memorable is always a good thing, no matter what kind of audience you have. And again, it same goes for Facebook Lives or even just speaking in front of others. And also in interview situations.
Is there something that you would say absolutely not to? Or again, is that based on personal, or is that again just up to the individual again of what actually suits them?
It's individual, and it's also, I mean, it depends also on the situation. Like, let's say if we take interview, obviously you don't want to turn up in sneakers and I don't know, in your flip-flops and all these sort of things.
Yeah.
But that is more about the dress code. It's not really about, you know, your personal style.
Yeah.
But the rest is really I mean, some people can pull off like certain colors, even if it's like a very serious situation.
Yes.
And some other people cannot. And
Yes.
so this is something that I cannot really, I mean, it depends on you, how you are, on your personality and everything else.
Yeah.
Because, for example, maybe wearing red for an interview is really too much. But certain people can pull it off.
Yeah.
And make it successful. But
yeah.
obviously, generally, for example, wearing red for an interview cannot come across too much and too powerful.
Yeah.
But again, you need to also consider how you are and whether it makes you feel great and makes you feel more confident, or it kind of intimidates you, because then you're not gonna come across as confident either. I mean, if the item or if the outfit that you are wearing doesn't make you feel amazing, then it's not gonna work. Doesn't matter how appropriate it is.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so true. I mean, I was dropping my youngest off at nursery the other day, and like this woman, like she had pink hair, and short, and like short, you know, like that real pixie cut, you know, and short.
Yes.
But it looked amazing. And I thought to myself, I mean, I could never, like, I just looked ridiculous. But she just looked so good, you know what I mean? And she had on this great little outfit. I think she was actually about my height as well, so she could pull off that. I mean, I can't even pull off the pixie cut, I'm just too tall, but this woman just could. And then it was pink with like flecks of like a little bit of blonde through it, and I was like, oh wow. See, it's individualistic style at the end of the day, isn't it?
Yeah, very much.
Pull off. Yeah, it's amazing. And like, just sort of, I mean, if there's, you know, somebody who's you know, maybe is looking to revamp their wardrobe, you know, and just having some sort of like instant upgrade. I mean, is there anything that you can sort of suggest to somebody to start, or maybe a couple of pieces that they should like invest in that they could wear over and over again, from your experience?
Mm-hmm. I mean, if anyone wanted to start to revamp their wardrobe, I would definitely say first to look around on Pinterest or on Google or whatever, or I don't know, buy some. But I think Pinterest is the best. Yeah,
it's I'm using Pinterest. The only thing is, it's like a vortex. Like once you're in there, like it's really hard to like get out. Yeah.
True. But on the other hand, Pinterest is really, really good because you can find so many things, and you can. I mean, also how you use Pinterest is really practical and really easy to save things and everything.
Yeah.
So I think really the first step would be to just look at things and see what you like, and then go to your wardrobe and kind of compare whether they are the same.
Yep.
And then the second tip would be really to, whatever you wanna, let's say whatever you found on Pinterest that you think you like, then go out in stores and try some things on that maybe you don't have in your wardrobe, but kind of try them on before buying them, and just see how it makes you feel. Because sometimes you think that that's the right thing, like let's say a trench coat, that is one of the classic pieces, and in theory everyone should have a trench coat in their wardrobe. But practically, maybe you don't like trench coats. Like you try it on and it's not something that you like, and so it doesn't matter what you should have in your wardrobe, and it doesn't matter how nice it looks on others. If you don't like it, then you don't need it. So I think the other tip is, or the second tip is really to try things on and maybe go out of your comfort zone and try some things on that you wouldn't wear normally, and see how you feel, and see if that is something that you like, and maybe you try on things that you wouldn't think you would ever wear, and then maybe you like them. So experiment before investing in any things, And then the third tip is really evaluate your wardrobe and see what you have in there. And for example, if you have a lot of pants but you don't really have tops, then go out and buy tops.
That sometimes
like
happens to me. Yeah. That's so true.
I mean, it's really simple, but on the other hand, it can happen that you like pants and you like buying pants, so you keep buying pants and you never buy tops because you never find the right tops or whatever. So before buying anything, look at what you have.
What you have. And the thing is these are like simple tips, but we just don't think about them, and sometimes like shopping and going out there and going into a store, and for me, my pain point is like jeans, right? So not even like the shape. I'm fine with the shape. Like I'm a normal, I'm surprisingly a normal size for, being nearly 6 foot. So, but like it's the length. And then I put them on and they're like up to my calves. And I'm like, hang on, what is going on? Like there's always like, there's always a pain point in shopping, like people hate shopping for jeans, or they hate shopping for swimwear, or there's like something. I suppose, like you said, it's like finding the right brand, finding the right fit that actually suits you and flatters your body shape, rather than just going to one particular brand because, that's what, the magazine said I should go to this week, or that's what X is wearing. But in the end, it just doesn't suit. And actually, from what you were saying, which would connect, I think, with a lot of people, was like focusing on how you feel when you put something on. So if you're putting something on and you're not feeling good and amazing in it and comfortable, and if it's like restricting your airways because it's a size too small, or you know what I mean, or like something that you need to tap into that, rather than thinking, well, I should be wearing this because the magazine said that this month I should be wearing this type of outfit because everyone's doing it. So I think that's a sort of one of the key points.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, that's what I teach to my clients as well. Like I make them try on things that they are like, no, I don't want that. And then oftentimes they try it on and they love it. Because it's just something that they built up, in their head, that I shouldn't be wearing this for whatever reason. And the reasons are often,
what are the reasons?
Sometimes really crazy.
What are the reasons? Have you heard?
I don't know. I mean, just because, I don't know, when they were 12, someone told them that they shouldn't be wearing that. Or just because, I don't know, a lot of women, for example, have problems with their legs. And so, especially with their knee. And then a lot of them say like, no, I am never going to wear dresses or skirts or anything because I don't like my legs and I don't like my knee. And then often turns out that probably they were 12 then when they last wore a skirt or a dress. So it's like they don't even know how it is to be wearing a dress because they were just, no. And maybe sometimes it's really someone once they told them that, I don't know, their knee is not fine or their legs are not nice. So there are so many really kind of stories that we tell to ourselves, but because maybe someone just said once one thing, but it was the wrong moment or the wrong, I don't know, the wrong moment or whatever. And so it kind of, builds up in your head, and it's something that then influences your entire life maybe. And it was maybe something that you read in a magazine as well, it could be, or it was something that, I don't know, something in the school, or often it's just really, really, you wouldn't think that that's something that then changes everything. But often it's like really, really stories that we tell ourselves why we shouldn't be doing things, and it's kind of, a limiting thought, a limiting belief in the end.
Absolutely. And it is all the basis, from whatever we do, from style to running our own businesses to up-leveling our careers and going for that position, to relationships. It all comes down to the stories that we tell ourselves and our self-talk, and and how we're treating ourselves, really. Yeah,
absolutely. And I think oftentimes, especially when it comes to our looks, as women, we tend to be really hard on ourselves. Like also in other areas, but especially I think like appearance is something that is really a sensitive area. And so we tend to be really mean. And oftentimes you don't even notice. And also maybe, let's say your mom or your dad or your brother or sister or whatever is mean with you because of whatever reason. And then these stories build up also, maybe just because once your brother said something, or I don't know. So yeah, and that can really make our life worse. And so also influence our choices and the way how we feel about ourselves.
Absolutely. And it's sort of like, looking outwards for that sort of validation, instead of just sitting and being comfortable with ourselves. And it's a journey. It's a journey for all of us. We all go through these stages. We all don't wake up every day going, oh, I look amazing, let's go out. And it's always a constant development of, okay, how am I speaking to myself today? Because that's just going to reflect my mood and my actions and what I'm going to be portraying out there, for sure. So no, that's amazing. Well, thank you so much. I know that you've got a couple of little gifts for everybody, which I will link up below the video, as I said before. But do you want to just quickly chat about, what they can grab from you? I know I've grabbed them, but obviously you'll explain them.
Yeah, actually I have 2 gifts right now, and one of them is an ultimate cheat sheet. So it's basically filled all my tips and advice. Some of them we talked about today as well, but it's amazing. I don't remember if it's like 20 or 25 tips, but it's basically a list of a lot of tips which helps you to really, start today and upgrade your style and upgrade also ultimately your life, I think, because there are certain tips that are really going maybe a little deeper as well, helping you to understand what is it that you like wearing and how you can, I don't know, clear out your wardrobe and take control of your wardrobe, and how you can shop efficiently. So it kind of includes all different kind of areas. And it's like a guideline really for upgrading your style. And the other one is a checklist, a personal branding photo shoot checklist, which I created because a lot of my clients are entrepreneurs, business owners, or professional women in general. And so they always need some professional shoots, even for LinkedIn or for whatever social platforms. And so it's rather, again, it's a checklist, like you can tick off everything. And it's like starting from the very beginning, like, okay, you decided that you want to have a photo shoot, and so it guides you through from the decision to the day of the shoot, and so what you need to do in order to look great, and obviously in order to feel great as well.
And to prepare.
So it includes a lot of tips, but and to prepare, and so again, it's a checklist style, so you can also print it off and tick the things off, so you make sure that you've done everything.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much. And everyone can find you. You're mostly hanging over on Instagram at the moment at Style Coach MI, and you're also in Facebook under the same name as well. And you've got the Female Society, Stylish Society as well, which people are most welcome to join. And I know that you've got the VIP club there as well, and people can get more information within the actual stylish group as well. So, but I'll link everything up as well as your site under the video. Thank you so much for doing this interview for me. It's been amazing. And enjoy the rest of your holiday there in Cannes.
Thank you. And thank you so much for having me. It was my pleasure.
Thank you so much. And I'll speak to you soon. And thank you for joining. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.